What's up guys, it's Tommy here and welcome to my reaction to Liverpool losing to the bottom of the league, Nottingham Forest. I was absolutely furious when I saw the result. I was on a family holiday, so I couldn't watch the game live. I just got home recently and I watched the 26-minute extended highlights of the game, and I was fuming when I saw how many individual errors Liverpool made in defense, especially Joe Gomez, who was brilliant against Manchester City. And how can Liverpool go from beating Man City, the best team in England and one of the best teams in the world, to losing to the worst team in England? Nottingham Forest have been absolutely dreadful this season up until they played Brighton, where they got a very credible clean sheet. And credit to Nottingham Forest, they really defended quite deep and they defended pretty well, and they also counter-attacked Liverpool, but it was Liverpool beating themselves rather than Nottingham Forest creating brilliant chances on their own. And yes, credit to Nottingham Forest, but it was Liverpool had a huge say in Nottingham Forest's game winner and also the chances that Nottingham Forest had, and overall they deserved to win this game. And that's so painful to say that a bottom of the league side deserves to win against Liverpool, but when you don't take 6 or 7 or 8 of the good and great chances that Liverpool had, then you deserve to lose, especially when you make so many defensive mistakes. Alisson had to make 2, maybe 3 world-class saves. Yes, Dean Henderson, the Nottingham Forest goalkeeper, had to make world-class saves as well. And let me know, can Liverpool still finish in the top 4? Can they win the title? Do you believe in a title race still? Because I certainly don't. I think that the title is long gone, especially after Man City won. At least the other results went Liverpool's way so far, with Chelsea Man United ending in 1-1 draw. I think Arsenal lost today, Tottenham are losing at the moment. If Liverpool would have won against Nottingham Forest, then all it would have taken is Virgil van Dijk not heading it back across goal when he had a free header from 5-6 yards out, head it down to the ground to one of the corners. Instead he heads it back to Firmino, but it's ahead of Firmino by such a big margin that he can't reach it. You do that when you are 4-0 up or 3-1 up or 3-0 up, when you are really cruising in a game. You don't do that when it's 0-0. You need to be ruthless and head it down to the ground. Trent Alexander-Arnold had a free header in the second half, which Dean Henderson made a good save from. But Virgil van Dijk also had 2 more clear, big chances in the second half. The first one, again, he tries to pass it across goal instead of shooting on goal. And the third one, it's a great header, but an even better save by Dean Henderson, who was Nottingham Forest's best player. And Liverpool had some good moments, and we were really threatening on set pieces. We also created a very good chance from open play. That was the Trent Alexander-Arnold header, which was from a cross from Andy Robertson. James Milner again was rock solid. I didn't really understand why Jurgen Klopp took him off, but Liverpool at the moment have so many injuries, and we have to take a long hard look at the medical department at Liverpool. What is going on? This is now a serious concern that Liverpool have. Out of the last 3 seasons, twice a season where it's an injury crisis pretty much all season. Darwin Núñez, Thiago wasn't available for this game, and yes, Thiago had an ear infection. He rang the club doctor at 5 a.m. on the morning of the game when we played Nottingham Forest. And Thiago was rushed to a hospital for some checks and he couldn't play. Hopefully he will be back soon. But Curtis Jones wasn't in line to start this game, but he had to because Thiago had an ear infection. Darwin Núñez also will start training, I think, today or tomorrow, so he could be back for the Ajax game on Wednesday. And also Oxlade-Chamberlain came on as a substitute. But Liverpool have so many injured players, and the team is so disrupted that it's a big worry. Konate will also train from tomorrow as well. And Jurgen Klopp said that the Man City game was one of the most intense games of the season, and then we had West Ham in midweek and then Nottingham Forest on the weekend. So Liverpool even with a fully fit squad, this was a tough schedule, a tough fixture list. But 3 games in 6 days and a limited squad, Jurgen Klopp said you can't do exactly a massive change in the center of the park. So when Jurgen Klopp wants to change things, he needs other players to come in for the players that are not playing well. But Liverpool have such a weak squad that when there is an injury crisis, we are down to the bare bones. And that's the fault of FSG as well. I don't want to turn this into an FSG rant because I have many of those videos already. But I think with Jurgen Klopp should have been given more money to spend in the summer. And now if Liverpool don't spend money in the January transfer window to buy a midfielder, finishing the top 4 might be a big struggle. And Jurgen Klopp said it created a bit of uncertainty, and I really thought we made a real fight of it against Nottingham Forest. It's definitely a frustration that their goal was avoidable. And let's talk about their goal, because Joe Gomez had so many of these defensive mistakes. Against Napoli, he had a similar performance when he was horrendous, made mistake after mistake. And when Joe Gomez makes one mistake, he becomes so nervous and so shaky. He looks like a defender who is absolutely like terrified to be even on the football pitch, to be playing football, because he looks like he really collapsed mentally after that. So Joe Gomez gives the ball away. Avoni closes him down, and Avoni is through on goal. Joe Gomez pulls him back. There is argument it could have been a red card. I think the yellow card is the right decision because there was another Liverpool defender, Virgil van Dijk, coming over. But then there is a free kick from the halfway line. Liverpool should defend that, but at the far post, they lob it forward. Nobody is marking the Nottingham Forest player at the far post, but even that wouldn't be an error if we stopped the cross, but we didn't. We let the cross come in, and then Virgil van Dijk is doing that like roller skating or ice skating like body position, which is so weird that he's leaning forward, but his leg is back all the way. He can't get to the ball, and then Joe Gomez leaves Avoni, who hits the post, and then he reacts first to tuck in the rebound. It's like Joe Gomez and Virgil van Dijk, their foot is planted like they are terrified onto the ground, like they freeze. Oh wow, Nottingham Forest has a chance. What? How did that happen? And before they blink, the ball is in the back of the net. And then, of course, the body movement, the body language, everybody is like, oh no, here we go again. Of course, Liverpool still created enough chances. Bobby Firmino should have scored. Fabio Carvalho had a glorious chance after Harvey Elliott's over-the-top through ball in the 9th minute, which he takes it down so expertly, but then his finish is well saved by Dean Henderson because the goalkeeper came out and narrowed the angle. And this is a huge blow. When Liverpool were building some momentum, finally we won 2 games in a row, then we lose again to the bottom of the league side. And also what's extremely worrying is Liverpool have 2 points from 5 games away from home. That's absolutely shocking. That's like relegation form. That's the form of teams who are struggling at the bottom of the league. Yes, at home, we have won a few games. And yes, we are still in with a chance to finish in the top 4. We are 5 points behind Chelsea, I think, with the same amount of games played. But Liverpool are playing like such an up and down team. And yes, it's down to the injuries, but that's not the excuse that we should be saying, because Liverpool still, with the squad that they have, even with this many injuries, we should be doing so much better than what we are doing right now. We should have so many more points. And Jurgen Klopp just needs to get some injured players back, and we need to have the ability to rotate, because when Joe Gomez has a shocking performance like this, he needs to sit on the bench and Konate needs to come in and play in his place. And if Konate is fit, I would start him against Ajax with Van Dijk. At the moment we can't drop Van Dijk because nobody else is fit. We can't put Matip and Konate together, and I don't think that would fit pretty well. And also, what happened to Fabinho? He looks like a shadow of his former self. He gave the ball away so many times just in the highlights reel that I watched about the game, or the highlights video. Fabinho is not that imperious destroyer of a defensive midfielder that we are so used to, and he was amazing last season, but this season he's pretty average, and I don't know why that is. It's pretty much better for us to play at home, Jurgen Klopp said. That's always been the case. In normal circumstances, we should have won this game against Nottingham Forest. I don't think it had anything to do with how we played away. Yeah, the main problem was Liverpool didn't take their chances. Because even with, our pretty mediocre play, we still created enough chances to win this game 3-1 or 4-1. Even with the defensive mistakes that we made. And also Alisson came up for a corner twice or three times in stoppage time, and there was a counter-attack where Nottingham Forest hits the post from the halfway line, but thankfully that was offside, not the halfway line, but from 40 or 30 yards. But that was offside, thankfully. But Liverpool actually could have conceded more. Yates had a chance, which Alisson saved magnificently. And yes, Dean Henderson also made some good saves, but some of the chances that Liverpool had, some of the biggest chances, we didn't even hit the target. That's my biggest problem. Bobby Firmino, Virgil van Dijk, Mo Salah, they didn't even hit the target. Either we missed the goal completely or it was blocked. So Liverpool need to work on their finishing, need to work on their defending, on the midfield. Liverpool have so much work to do if we want to finish in the top four. I understand some Liverpool fans are frustrated. The season is not over. This is not the end of the world. We can still come back from this because the season is so young. But we need to improve massively, and we need to work out why we have so many injuries. And the biggest good news for Liverpool is that finally Darwin Núñez and Thiago and Konate are all confirmed to be back for the Ajax game. They are in contention, they are in team training, so they are available to play against Ajax. We massively missed Thiago, who against this low block of a Nottingham Forest team, who packed the middle and just let Liverpool use the sides and whip balls in, because we had Harvey Elliott, we had Bobby Firmino, we had Fabio Carvalho and Mo Salah. Not really tall players with great heading abilities in the attacking areas, so we can whip balls in all day long. Nottingham Forest will eat that up with ease, like a piece of cake. So yeah, that Nottingham Forest were pretty clever to let Liverpool have the ball and to let Liverpool use the wide areas, because they knew there are no great aerial threats in the Liverpool team. But Darwin Núñez was struggling with a hamstring injury, and thankfully he will be back, but we need to manage him carefully because we already have Jota and Luis Diaz out injured. And Darwin Núñez, Thiago and Konate, if they are all fit, I would start all of them against Ajax, because the players who are playing at the moment, who are not injured, they are not exactly doing amazing, terrific. So yeah, let me know what they think about the Liverpool season so far, especially the Nottingham Forest game. And I apologize that I didn't upload this after the game, but I was out on a family holiday. There were 15 of us there from all over Europe. Many of my relatives live abroad, so this was a hard thing that we organized months ago. So now I'm back and I will continue the daily uploads, continuing from tomorrow. A new Liverpool Carry On episode is dropping tomorrow, so stay tuned. Thanks for watching, have a nice day. See you later guys, goodbye.